Chapter 1. The Battery Drain. At first, I didn't know exactly what to compare myself to, but then I thought, a battery drain. A battery sometimes feels helpless and has no energy whatsoever. And that's exactly how I feel. Sometimes I feel like I'm weak, I have no motivation to do anything, and feels helpless at times. And even lazy. And without power, a battery is drained. And of course, in order to have power, that battery needs to be recharged. And that's exactly what I need. And how can it be recharged? Well, you know what they say it's important? Sleep. I hear that all the time, but right now, I'm not really sure what sleep is anymore. Number 2. Mi familia. This is where you get to know the Solis family. My family consists of 5 people, my parents and the 2 most annoying little ones, my brothers. Let's just say that our relationship is a love and hate type. And my parents, who both are from Mexico but different parts. Here we have my mom, who's feisty yet sweet from a little pueblo in Michoacan, Morelia, who out of the 7 sisters, she came with my tia here to help out. Even though we might have our ups and downs, I love her and who knows what we'd do without her. On the other hand, my dad is a hard-working man from Ciudad Neza. The middle child of 2 sisters and 4 brothers came here to help his parents out financially. In the end, my parents crossed paths and met at a little factory which till this day, they work at. They might not be the perfect family, they're the weird and goofy type that can make my days better and are supportive of one another. This is my family and I love them very much. 3. Best of both worlds. As a little girl, I had a very wild imagination. Little Andrea wanted to be multiple people such as an actress, a model, an explorer, you get the idea. But what I really wanted to be was a rock star. Crazy idea, right? Well, little Andrea didn't think so at that time. Now it seems that it's something way out of reach. Now I know that I want to be able to help those who need it the most. Not exactly sure what. Maybe a doctor, a teacher, a psychologist, who knows? But soon, time will tell. Chapter 4. Disney. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. This is your happiest place on earth? Well, yes, indeed it is. I know, I'm fully aware that the place is a little overrated, but hey, I consider this as my second home as a little girl. I basically watched the place grow as I did too. As I step inside the park, I feel as if the little girl comes back to me. It's a place where worry and stress is relieved, and the only thing you have to worry about is how long each ride is. It's not necessarily the place, the rides, or what they have and don't have. It's the memories that are created inside the park that make the whole place magical. Whether it's with friends or family, there's no doubt that a new memory is added to the park. Chapter 5. Papa. My dad would have to be probably one of the most influential people in my life. He has taught me to appreciate every single thing I have with his long and valuable lessons that we often take for granted. We have this incredible bond that consists of funny jokes and laughter here and there. At first, you might find him a little intimidating, but he's actually a very shy guy, if you ask me. Hard to believe, right? Well, even though he doesn't really like to admit it, does that remind you of anybody? Me. His love for his family is unconditional, and till this day he keeps showing us how hard he works each day for his children. He's an uplifting guy who would do anything to see his little girl smile. Chapter 6. Overthinking Sucks. We have regrets or mistakes we always beat ourselves up for, but what we don't know is that these mistakes makes us fight harder and help us grow wisely. For me, it would be my anxiety or overthinking. Always feeling worried, panicking, feeling as if she's out of breath with constant fear has made me doubt myself in any way possible. Always thinking I can't, I won't, I'm not good enough, and overthinking way too much of any scenario. Think of it this way. My mind creates these problematic scenarios that never even existed in the first place, which make me go crazy. I regret letting my thoughts and the constant worry take control of me, which I'm afraid of later on affecting my future. Chapter 7. Adults. We view adults to be the dream crushers that never let us do anything, almost as the enemy. Believe me, I used to find my parents as the enemy. However, growing up has made me view them differently, always telling me, cuando crezcas y tengas nuestra edad, entenderás todo. Till this day, I'm very blessed to have both parents by my side. I value their hard work and my parents put through to see their children succeed and be happy. In the end, adults just want us to become better people and shape us into who we are. Without them, we'd be totally lost in this world. I know I would. I'm forever grateful for what these two people have done. Los quiero mucho. Chapter 8. A work in progress. A continuation of Chapter 6 on my overthinking and anxiety taking over me has stopped me from enjoying the things I love the most and looking at all of the missed opportunities go by, thinking it was something I can hide or ignore. However, this year has started to not only show up from the inside but to the outside and might have affected those people that I love. I realized that it's something that I have to accept and learn to not get up on it. Like I said before, I doubted myself and with that grew the hate towards me. I disliked every part of me and thought I wasn't capable of doing anything. I knew that there was something wrong but didn't know what it was. However, little by little, I'm starting to accept who I am and that it's going to take some time. But I'm willing to take my time little by little. In the end, we are all different, and that's what makes us unique. I know who I am, and I know I might not be perfect. I'm weird also, but not the creepy type of weird. I'm the funny weird, if you know what I mean. Chapter 9. A little mix of both. From right off the bat, I knew that I'm not necessarily a digger nor an Eeyore all the time. Though sometimes I might sound a bit pessimistic due to the fact that I'm always complaining and whatnot. But at the end, Terry comes jumping in to help Eeyore out. Get it? Jumping in because he's always jumping. Anyways, I guess it just depends on the day or how I'm feeling. And I'm going to be honest. One day I can be happy, full of laughter, while the next, dead tired. But I always try to find a way to be optimistic even on my pessimistic days. But I'm also glad that I'm surrounded with positive people, which bring the best out of me. In the end, you can say that both characters come into play, balancing each other out, which is exactly what I need, a little balance in life. Finally made it to chapter 10, which is lessons learned. I'm not considered the best person to give advice, but I'm gonna throw you a little something that we've probably all heard before, and I'll say them again. The 3 sayings are live, laugh, and stay true to yourself. Entering the high school world can be quite the journey if you ask me. Being yourself in the society we live in can be quite difficult for some. We feel pressure to be someone else in order to fit in. Never understood that concept. Is there a reward for pretending to be someone superior? Without honesty, I try to remind myself to be the person I am as much as I can when meeting or being with people. One isn't happy till they have learned to be themselves. Life is unpredictable and we're often throwing obstacles through our journey. It's not a math equation where you solve and boom, you figure it all out. However, we cannot control but change our lives. In a way, people tend to focus and worry about the wrong things instead of the right. Believe me, been there and done that. Instead of worrying so much as such, you should strive and do the things you want to do. Live your life like there's no other. After all, life was created as a one-life opportunity, and once it's over, there's no going back. While you're at it, don't forget to smile your way through. Thankfully, I have amazing people to laugh with. Especially when facing hard obstacles, laughter can be the best way to cope with. Learn to laugh at yourself before others do, and laugh at the mistakes you've done instead of blaming yourself. Even when you have the weirdest laugh, and tend to laugh at mostly everything 24/7, which people might consider annoying. Laughter is laughter, and in the end, it won't really matter.